Hi guys, how you guys doing today? So I did say I would do a review video about the Sharp Aquos crystal, and this is that video. So I know there's a ton of videos on YouTube that people have done in a while since this device has been out, and I'm just gonna do my review on it from my perspective and give you guys my thoughts about it. I must say right off the bat that this is a really good phone. For those who are looking for something with a bigger screen but not such a huge body, this is going to be it. Compared to my ZTE Max, which is a bigger device, I like using the Max, and it's a great phone, don't get me wrong, but to me, it's just, sometimes it can be super big. So I want something a little bit more compact. And, I'm always one that jumps from device to device. You guys know this. And so eventually I'll be using any of my other devices that I have. But right now, this stick's pretty much good. 5-inch display, and it's really compact compared to other 5-inch display devices that I will show you guys right now. The ZTE Warp Sync. Let me just take it out of its case real quick. But the ZTE Warp Sync is a 5-inch device, 5-inch display device, and yeah, it's a lot smaller. So before we get into the video, I just gotta say, really good phone, and let's take a closer look at the Sharp Aquos crystal. So here we have the Aquos crystal in all its glory. This is a very beautiful device. So let me just go ahead and adjust the camera. But what can I say about it? 8 gigs of internal storage, 1.5 gigs of RAM, 8 megapixel camera in the back, and a 1.2 megapixel camera in the front. So here, look at the display. It is a beautiful display. The device is just really gorgeous looking. As you guys can see, it's got a 5-inch display from corner to corner. No bezels on the sides or on top. The only bezel you'll have is the chin, which is down here at the bottom. So, but yeah, it's just beautiful. On the left side, you have your volume rocker. That's all you have on the left side. On the bottom, you have your micro USB charge port and your microphone. Nothing on the right side. On the top, you have your 3.5mm headphone jack and your power button. On the back, 8 megapixel rear camera with flash, Sharp branding at the bottom with your speaker, and you have a noise canceling mic on the back as well. You have a 1.2 megapixel front facing camera, and your sensors for when you're on a phone call, basically. Really good device. Let's take this back cover off here so you guys can see. It doesn't have a removable battery. But there's where your micro SD card goes, and then right here is where your SIM card is. So I have to say that this device is it's pretty nice. Few flaws with it: no NFC at all whatsoever, and it is not waterproof like some websites have said it was. It is not. It doesn't even have nano water protection like the Moto G does. So do not stick this in water. So let's just snap this back on here. Just kind of show you guys the display itself. Well, let me unlock the phone here. So right now I do have the Smart Launcher Pro as my preferred launcher, and I think it looks gorgeous on here, especially with none of the bezels, the auto rotation. You got your soft keys that auto rotate with the screen. So there's like all my apps right there. I really love this launcher, and I think it really brings out, the device really brings out this launcher. This is the reason why I'm using it. And it's very simplified, but you can place your widgets and stuff on here. Now from the camera, the screen looks a little washed to a blue, but in reality it's not like that. Here we have the camera. Let me show you guys some shots here. Let's go to regular camera because I was playing around with lens blur earlier, and I'll take a picture of Sonic Boom. And this is in HDR mode. So there's a pastrami sandwich I took earlier. Okay, so this is what looks like in HDR mode. You guys can see that the blues are kind of really brought out, really bright. So we'll switch it out of HDR mode, and I am using the Google camera over the stock camera. So here we go, another photo right there, and that's just with the camera itself, HDR turned off, so you guys can see the difference between HDR mode and then just regular camera mode. We'll switch to the front-facing camera, and here you guys go. Sorry about the blindness, but the light in my room is kind of like adding this little fuzziness to me, so you guys can see me in the selfie cam. And like most people say, to turn the camera upside down for the best selfie, but I find it, it's all about aim. You can keep it at the bottom and take some wonderful shots. You just got to remember to look at the cameras at the bottom and not at the top, so that way you don't look like you're rolling your eyes. So basically everything else, with the device that I find wonderful is the fact that it goes as close to stock as possible, and that's one thing that's really great. I don't, like there's some devices that add their UI, and their UI is very heavy. I'm not into that because there's other launchers and stuff like that I like to use, and so I'd rather just have it stock Android and be able to use whatever launcher I want. So the device runs 4.4.2 KitKat. So you guys can see here the S for Sharp rather than a K for KitKat. But here we go, Android 4.4.2. Don't know if it's gonna get Lollipop, but I'm hoping it is. I think Lollipop will look beautiful on this device. Here's a little Easter egg you guys find just by doing that, and you can put it into full screen mode and tap all these tiles of all the different icons of the different versions of Android. So let's not play around with it, and then you can still bring down the notification if you need to. Yeah, so just on top of everything, I think it's really great. Battery life is kind of a problem here. As you guys can see, 81%. So I basically lost about 19% in 3 hours and 35 minutes. I would have liked for it to go a little bit longer, but I do have one of those external power packs, so it's not a real big deal for me. Clip Now is something that's pretty neat. You actually drag your finger. Well, here I'm kind of stuttering with it, but basically it allows you to take screenshots just by touching the screen, and when you feel it vibrate, you just kind of like slide it over. So I'll show you guys in a second here. There it goes, and that's a screenshot. It's pretty nice to have, but sometimes it gets real annoying because when you do drop down the notification, sometimes it thinks you're trying to take a screenshot, and it does. So I usually keep Clip Now turned off, but it's just one of the services that's added in. So you guys can see I tried to scroll down and it tried to take a screenshot. So but yeah, I mean, for those that just on the fly, you want it done real quick, you guys can do it that way. I just like the the original method, volume down, power button at the same time, and it also does take screenshots that way. So not too shabby at all whatsoever. So this device does have 8 gigs of internal storage, just to let you guys know that, and the chipset processor, I believe, is clocked at 1.2 gigahertz quad core, and it's a Snapdragon 400 processor. So anyways, guys, here's it side by side with the Kyocera Hydro Icon. You guys can see they're roughly about the same height, the icon being a little bit thicker. Let's see, let's put them out that way. Just kind of give you guys an idea of like how big this device is. If you guys had the icon, then you guys will pretty much know how tall and how wide this the Sharp Aquos crystal is to it. Here's it side by side with the LG Realm. So if you guys own the LG Realm, you guys will know exactly how much bigger it is, and it's not too big. It's not a really big device for it having a 5-inch display, and I think that's what the beauty of this is. If you're a person who needs a bigger device because you got bigger hands, then of course, to each his own. But for those people who don't want really big devices because their hands are small or not, it just stresses to hold the phone. You don't want to have your hand cramping all the time. For a 5-inch display, this phone will do really well. As you guys can see, it's not that big. The LG Realm is not even that big, and it's just a tad bit taller than it. The width is about the same. So here is it side by side with the ZTE Max. This, yeah, you guys can see this is very, the Max is way huger, and it only has 0.7 inches more screen real estate. So yeah, that's pretty much it comparison wise. I gotta say, this device is really gorgeous. The back, doesn't really feel too cheap, and yep. So that is my review of the Sharp Aquos Crystal. My thoughts, some of the things that stood out for me, of course, little comparisons between my other devices, and I must say, for $99 on Best Buy, this is a great buy. This is a go. I definitely recommend it for those. Like I said, I still love my ZTE Max, but my hands are small, and so I use it around the house. But for everyday daily driver, 5-inch display, good size display, but compact in the hands. Great camera for pictures. I gotta say, and the call quality, it's good. I mean, like I said before in my comparison to the Hydro Icon, if you have a hard time hearing, then yeah, definitely not get this. But if your hearing's okay, you know what, you should be able to hear phone calls just fine. And the audio, whew, I mean, like I said, on my headphones, my Nakamichis, this device drives them very well, sound wise, and it's very clear. The clarity is awesome, so it's definitely a go. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button, because it really helps me out. If you have not subscribed, do so by clicking that subscribe button down there. And my name is Rob. I appreciate everything. I'll see you guys next time.